Hello, hello. It's 11:22. It's Oaksters Live, and it is the eve of buck season. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate people in the community. What's up, Landon? What's up, Benji? Good seeing you today. Good seeing you yesterday, Landon. Landon drove my truck yesterday. It was a pretty cool deal. Pretty cool deal. So, Landon, you going hunting tomorrow? You going after a big buck? No old Benji's going after one. Steelers in the house. What's up, Junior? 10-0. 10-0. Old Burrows for the Bengals might have went down with a season injury. Don't know yet. Cool. Awesome. It's always cool to see a buck on a trail cam. I seen one on mine too. So pretty excited. Seeing some decent sign going on, so we might have a chance this week. You just never know. What's up, John King? Had a good day today with John and the family out riding around. Stopped in there at Walmart in Beckley and seen old Benji. Benji took some money from me though, but it was needed. Hello, Shala. Please share the stream if you would. Let's get some people on here. We won't stream too long tonight because need to get in bed pretty early. Try to be out. So I know people are going to be getting up early in the morning. So to go after them bucks, that is really the official state holiday in West Virginia. Is the bucks only season. I see more campers then than I ever do 4th of July rolled in here. And speaking of Landon and his dad, I think all of Boone County shows up in Neola this time of year. So that's pretty cool. So taking that vacation. They show up during spring break, during school spring break, and they show up during rifle season. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, but if you would please share this out to everybody, tag people in it, and let's see what we can get going. So is everybody ready? I mean, everybody got their stuff together, got all their clothes washed, and the good soap. Get rid of them UV brighteners and all that stink. If you see me looking up from time to time, as I run me an HDMI cable over to my big screen TV, so I'm up on it too. Um, Maybe I can actually read the comments without having to put my glasses on. So that's why I done that. So if you see me looking up, and I don't know why, it makes me look up because the TV's straight across from me. So, but that's what it looked like I'm doing. So I do not have a creature crawling on the wall. It's got my attention. Alrighty. I bet there's one thing. If I don't mention it, somebody will forget it tomorrow when they go hunting. So if anybody want to take a stab at what I'm thinking, that some people are going to forget to take with them tomorrow. Let me see your guesses in the comments because it to me is a very important thing that you just don't think about till you get in the stand and you're like, oh no. So okay, no, I think everybody landing will have their vest. They'll remember that. Now, do I have seen people forget that though. I hear you, Landon. You're getting ready. Nope, that was a good guess though. But I have seen people forget that. But let's see. Somebody else guess. Somebody throw a guess up in there. What a lot of people are going to forget tomorrow on the first day of hunting season. To me, it's very, very important. I've seen people forget their bullets and shells at, before, but I'm thinking what I'm making sure I take is let me see here. Um, Nobody's going to guess it. Calls? No. Um, the only way I'll forget calls tomorrow is if John don't bring them. So let's see if there's anybody over on the YouTube. Nobody on the YouTube. There you go. Hunting license. That's another one. But I think Shiloh's right on it. Um, Everybody needs to take some empty bottles with them tomorrow. So when you got to have when a nature calls, you need to so you don't stick up your area, so you can put it right in a bottle. Ladies, that could be a I don't know about what y'all do. A bottle you'd have to aim awfully good. Better than probably what the scope on your rifle sighted in. But yeah, don't forget, guys, don't forget your pee bottles. Um, and ladies, if any of the ladies in here hunt a lot, tell me how you manage that. So because that's just I'm just curious. No, Brandon, what we're talking about is making sure you take some empty bottles with you, so when you got to pee, you can pee in the bottle and set it on the ground and put the lid back on it. That way you don't stink up your area. But yeah, don't forget your deer sense, though, Landon. I know you won't. I'd say your daddy will be reminding you of everything you need. So um, I say Chuck's on top of that by just looking what's on hanging on his wall in y'all's house. So I got to send out a message here real quick. Hey, hey. All righty. So, good job, Landon. Got everything ready. Gonna be a little moist in the morning, looks like it. I Somebody's asking me how I am. I'm doing okay. Doing okay. Yeah, Landon, I do too. Hope you knock down a monster. Okay. I will definitely take a look at that, Benji, here in just a little bit. It, make sure you take a lot of pictures there, Landon, and we'll make sure we get that out on a live stream. So, so everybody's got the checklist. Make sure you got everything. I probably overkill it. A few things are already out in the truck. got your snacks. I got a little 6 pack or 8 pack or whatever Vienna weenies. You know, that's the national deer snack that hunters take with them every year. Is the at least it used to be what I remember. Everybody had a can of Vienna weenies in their bag and a couple cakes, a couple bottles of water. You want to stay hydrated. So sorry about that. Hold on just a second. All righty. So it may be raining in the morning. Yeah, I like them too. They're an easy snack to take with you in the woods when you get hungry. I hear you that. I'm sure they do too. But so it might be raining in the morning. So oh yeah, don't forget the TP. There you go, Landon. Didn't even think about that. I'll have to roll me off some to take with me. Them them leaves them leaves are kind of hard on you on your backside sometimes. Now, if anybody's got any tips, also please throw them out there. Um, like to hear them. So, in case something I might not think of. Oh yeah, something to make sure you take a pen so you can fill out your stamps in case you take one. Hi, Mom. Glad you made it. Take a pen. I have a pen. I have a few small zip ties, and so when you call that deer in on the phone, you can fill out your information and tag it to his ear. That way you're covered. And if you got cell service, you can do it right there as you're looking at your prize after you find it. So that's pretty cool. Have you seen any big deer on trail cam? Not on my trail cam, but I did on somebody else's trail cam today. And I'll be honest with you, I was a little jealous. But I saw some monsters today on somebody else's trail cam pictures. So I'm sure they're going to be posting tomorrow with something quite large if that any one of them step in the area, unless he's picky. And they're in this chat, so if it flies, it dies. If it's brown, it's down. If it's hooked, it's cooked. I hear you. Did y'all like my little description of the chat tonight? Twas the night before buck season, and all through the house, not a hunter was stirring. Yeah, I get a little silly sometimes. Got an 8-pointer on cam last night. Cool. That's awesome. That's awesome. Um, Up here, sometimes we tend not, for some reason. Now, every now and then we'll get a big one on trail camera. We ain't had trail camera out very long up here this year, but we tend to see one get dropped that hadn't been on camera. So they're pretty smart. They're pretty smart. Now, there's some deer that love a camera, especially back in the day with the old flash that had on them. And they would say that would just spook the deer out of the area, but seemed like to me it didn't bother them all. Many years ago, we had one that had a doe that would try to set it off, and when it flashed, she just danced around like a little kid. So that was pretty cool. They thought it was great. They didn't know they was getting their picture taken though, but it was pretty neat. That deer probably needed a psychological evaluation. So But I got everything up in my dry bag. It's supposed to possibly be raining in the morning. Um, so I don't know, maybe raining now. I'm not sure. Um, and the neat thing, if you see that glow in my glasses, that's my ring light above me, showing down. So that's kind of psychedelic here. It's a little weird. Yeah. But I got my dry bag full of everything, all my knives, all my scents. Um, I don't know if the bucks are still chasing hard. Um, now it all depends. Um, how many bucks you got in your area? So, but we've seen scrapes and seen rubs, and we haven't seen any big trees rubbed down, but we haven't really come up on one yet, and it may be. I don't know, but I'm looking to fill the freezer. Would it be nice to kill a big wall hanger? Oh yeah, it would be. I'd be calling my friend up if I kill a big wall hanger. So yeah, that would be just the sweetest thing. Um, don't forget your TP. That's probably been the best tip yet. Um, yeah, don't forget the share. You see how I'm looking over on the YouTube side. Okay. And yeah, don't forget the share. You see how I'm looking over on the YouTube side. Okay. And don't forget the share. You see how I'm looking over on the YouTube side. Okay. Okay, I just checked something. And don't forget the share. You see how I'm looking over on the YouTube side. Okay. Okay, I just checked something. Okay, that was weird. Hello, Robert Schaefer. How are you doing? You gonna be able to hunt in the morning? You feeling all right? But that was weird. I went over just to check the YouTube side, and as you heard, you could hear me talking. There's a lag over there for some reason. Oh yeah, we got our orange, and yeah, it's supposed to be in the 30s and Tuesday morning in the 20s. So I'm kind of excited about that. I'd say Tuesday morning I'll wear the big lacrosse boots. Tomorrow morning I think I'll be all right in my regular boots. Because them lacrosse boots, if you don't wear them when it's till it's below 30, your feet get kind of warm. I gotta get me another set of those that's just a little bit lighter, also, so I can have for the different. Actually, you probably need three pairs, and I know that sounds expensive, but in the summertime, pairs that don't have any insulation but are still good lacrosse boots for getting around in the mud and the muck. And then in the fall, maybe about 600 grams insulation, and then when it gets good and cold, at least 1,000 to up to 1,600. And there's even some that do 2,400, and I'm guessing that's got to be for Antarctica. Okay, I hope you can get a big one there, Robert Schaefer. I know you can slay them up there. You always outdid us up there every time. That's for sure. Got that hot spot, that honey hole, that nice little spot that they always come through. So that's pretty cool. And I've done pretty good the last few years. Um, Getting some meat in the freezer, so I'm pretty excited about going. That's for sure. Um, I'm on vacation, got the whole week, so I got and you can hunt on Sundays, so Monday always through 7 days. Thank you, Brian Wills. I always do. It's gonna be a pretty exciting day. I'm gonna go for a while in the morning, then I'm gonna go pick up my boy, take him tomorrow afternoon, and and hopefully take him several days this week. So it'll be pretty exciting. Be a pretty exciting week. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to manage filming a little bit too while we're out there this week. I don't know if I can manage that too good, but we'll figure it out. I'm kind of green when it comes to the trying to figure out how to quiet the GoPro down to where it don't beep or anything like that. And so, but if I luck out and get some good video, hopefully we can. After the week's over, we can edit up a nice little about a 30-minute show, just like a good old hunting show. That would be pretty cool. Um, so that's the plan also. And if it's video of other people taking deer, that is awesome too. So I'm hoping to get a good bit of video this week and put together a hunting show. So that would be awesome. So anybody got superstitions they always do every year for hunting season? Set a certain way. I know one thing is that that used to get me. Um, yeah, Junior, I get that, and I respect that. I grew up the same way you did. I think the reason why it came about is where a lot of people work the Monday through Friday and then only get the one day on the weekend. I think that's the reason why all that came about. But now if I fill all my tags before Sunday, I won't go on Sunday. But I hear you, Landon. I hear you. So, and that happens to me too, and it happens probably to everybody else in here. It doze off for a little bit. And I'll be honest, I have dozed off and wake up and there's deer standing right in front of the stand and the gun's across my lap and I ain't ready for it. So it so yes, that's happened to me. Um, but my first buck I ever killed back up in Greenbrier Mountain many years ago, I woke up and leaned against a tree and I woke up to a 4-pointer standing about 30 yards in front of me. But my gun was quite ready, so it was easy to get that one. I was lucky though, but that's how I killed my first one. Woke up and there he was. I'm sure that's happened to many of us. So what's everybody hunt with? I'll be hunting with a combination this week. Couple guns, a Ruger American 308, and on days when my buddy goes with me, he'll be using the Ruger and I'll be using the Savage Axis 30-06. The reason why I use those two calibers is because about everywhere I hunt is very brushy, a lot of brush, and 223 for Landon. Now I'll tell you that's a good gun, and it'll take them out. There's no doubt. If you got some open big timber that you can hunt, man, that's a good gun. I have no qualms with a 223. Not much different than a 243. And people hunt with those. So, and kill a lot of deer with those. So now, if I was hunting big long fields, the 308 would work for that too. And because it reaches out there, you just got to know your ballistics and your drop and stuff. Wait, Jonathan's. Let me pull that up here. Um, Jonathan's saying, "Tell him about the scope I put on my new AR, one shot ready." Um, we go get a scope. Uh, can't remember what it said. The brand sights, aim sight something brand. Beautiful scope, a lot of settings on it. I mean, it's odd. I mean, I would be lost with that scope probably, but he puts the rings on his gun and puts the scope in it and just that slides that scope back forth to it's right for his eye. And when we went up to Landon's on Saturday, went out there in the field, and Landon's dad said, "Have you bore sighted?" And John said, "No, I just want to see if the gun will cycle first." He said, "Well, I got a bore sighter." And sight mark. Okay. And that's the brand of scope, sight mark. Awesome. And so he shoots at a wad of roots down there, and he hits them roots on two shots. Bam, bam, that the gun sighted. The AR cycled well. And we set up a target. Granted, here, we're just one, seeing if he can hit the target anywhere, the box, anywhere on the box. And puts it in the lead sled, Caldwell lead sled. I would recommend anybody that's sighting in a scope or shooting long distance, long range shots to get them a Caldwell lead sled. The double, the DT, the double frame. It's heavy, got place for sandbags. But John takes his first shot and he's looking through the scope, looking. He says, "I hit right at the top of the red dot." And he's like, "Really?" And I said, "Shoot it again." "What's up, Lisa Clemens? How you doing?" 243. There we go. Hope I'm sure y'all going tomorrow, Lisa. And so shoot it again. And he shoots just right beside that. And that was with some full metal jackets. They threw the hunting round in, and he hit right at the bottom of the red dot. So 270. We got that too. That's going to be used this week. That's an awesome round. Also, a lot of deer's been killed with 270s for sure. Um, I told John, I said, I don't know how that's happened, but lock it down. This is no bore sight or nothing, straight out of the box. John putting it on the gun, shooting it, and it's on. So that's how that got there. So that just blows my mind because that's never happened to me. So, but that's the story of that scope. Because we would have had because Chuck could have got his laser bore sighter and bore sighted it in, and might not have got it that good. He didn't even have to turn. Didn't even have to just the sights. Not one time. At least I hope you and Gail get out there and nail some big ones. 270. I figured that was going to be a probably the top caliber people were shooting when it come down to it. If we averaged it all out, it's a 270. 270 30-06. Now that back in the day was 270 30-06 and 12 gauge with slugs, 20 gauge with slugs. 410 with slugs, like shooting a 30-30. If you got a rifle barrel on there, you can do just as well with that on a 410 with slugs as you can with 30-30. Because I've seen it done. But now it seems like everybody, a lot more people are shooting the 308s, and I see a lot of 25-06s out in the woods now, which is a good gun. I see some 300 Win Mags, and I don't understand that, to be honest with you. You don't need all that to kill a deer with. Really, it that's a lot of powder that I don't think you need. 270, he takes a dirt nap, no tracking. I hear you. Now, I have seen a 270 in brush hit a limb, and I could hear it veer off. And I'm like, that's why I always had like the 30-30, 30-06, or 308. 308, even though it's a long range rifle, is good. It's not bad in the brush. And I haven't had any issues in brushy areas with the 308. The only thing I don't like about a 30-06 is that it will thump you. It will thump you good. John's AR weighs about 15 pounds, and it's like shooting a 22, with shooting a 308, but it feels like shooting a 22. Or that's what he says anyway. I don't know how he's going to carry that, but he will. Windage and elevation are set on 8, right? Well, I tell you, can't believe it was on without bore sighting. That was pretty amazing. I mean, hot bore. There's the old scanner I forgot to turn down. Hold on just a second. Let me turn that down. Alrighty. Got that turn. I forgot to meant to turn that down. I got my orange shirt on. You know, it's everybody please wear their orange, because deer don't see the orange. A lot of people believe they do, but I tell you many, many times that I can look across power line, or a where they've cut brush. What time are we going in the woods? 3 a.m. Not quite that early. I'm gonna probably be there at 6. It's getting ready to go now. Yeah, it's getting pretty exciting. But please wear your orange, because I've looked across. I forget what they call those on where they've logged, but you can look way across and you can see somebody. That way, you're not shooting towards anybody, or somebody don't shoot towards you. And because this little overlay will tell you seen by humans and seen by deer, so they don't see the orange. I know when years ago, when it first came out that you had to wear 400 square inches of blaze orange, there was a lot of upset people, but they don't see it. So I've had deer walk right out on me many, many times with wearing it. So please wear the orange. It's just, I mean, whether it's a law or not, it's just good practice. Put my chats back on here. Early bird gets the worm. Yeah, I have done that before. Be way early, and wake up and it's pretty daylight. I don't know what's walked by me. Chuck's using a 30-06. That's cool. That's a man, it'll knock them flat. But I tell you, when I was without a rifle at one time, I used to use a muzzleloader, and I'll tell you, they drop them right in their tracks. And you can bore sight them breakdown muzzleloaders just like you do a bolt action. I've done it many, many times and be sighted in 2 shots. If I used to use 250 grains of powder with a 250 grain bullet, every muzzleloader is different though. You got to shoot them. Everyone shoots differently. And your own muzzleloader will change over time too, as we found out. Muzzleloaders are fun. The only thing about West Virginia muzzleloader season, it comes in late after the rifle season, and whereas in the state of Virginia, it comes in 2 weeks before the actual gun season comes in. So you get a chance to really have a good chance to kill a deer with a muzzleloader. They're fun. Just make sure that you on real foggy mornings, a little drizzle, and I hear you. You always want to put something over. You can put a little tiny balloon over the end of your muzzleloader, and you ain't got to take it off. It'll shoot right through it. So because you don't want you don't want your powder getting moist and you get a misfire. No, he gets back and no shot because I've had that happen. Now these newer muzzle loaders, they're not near as bad for that, and they got I forget, it's been so long since I used one, but the thing you screw out in the end, the clean and stuff like that, they're so much easier to get them out these days. So they are nice. I mean, and one of these days I might get one of them muzzle loaders that you can put a regular centerfire barrel on it, and because really, if you're sighted in, you only need one shot. But I do like a muzzleloader. I have a little CBA Wolf. Okay, send it to me in Messenger, and I'll save them. That way, it'll come up on my laptop landing. But muzzleloader's cool. I've killed several deer with muzzleloaders. Matter of fact, years ago when I had a 30-06 and a muzzleloader, I hunted this property that had a nice box plane way up in the air built way up in the air, and it was really nice. And the deer, I had a deer come out 100 yards and shot it with the 30-06, and it ran about 50 yards and fell over, maybe a little farther. And then the following week during muzzleloader season, when I aimed down on one, it just collapsed right in its spot. So that tells you. I mean, that's why a lot of people still shoot shotgun. Hold on just a second, guys. Wow. Tell you what, I'm going to save these, Landon, but in case people are watching in here and may have an idea about where you're going to be, I don't want people kind of sneak in on you, but we can show these at a little later. What you think? Because I'm thinking, I hope you get him though. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Um, I had to do a little moderating there. Um, Let me get rid of some of this. Okay. I don't know. Every now and then you'll get some folks on your chat that they're not here for the right reasons. So, John, if you happen to see any more of those pop in, that's got to be pretty exciting, Landon. He came in last night. That's got to be really super exciting for you, man. I hope you get that. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Would that be you if you took him? Would that be your first buck, or have you killed one for the past? Um, that would be sweet, John. If you see any more of those messages like that pop up, um, just block them. uh, I done blocked the user there, David. Oh man, that would be a mighty good one to be your first buck. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. I hear you. Get your hands in them guts tomorrow. There you go. Huh. That would be awesome, man. I am looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow. See what happens. But they wanted to get y'all on in a cash app or um yeah, that gotta watch those folks right there. So that's only the second time since I've started this live stream deal that I've had anything like that come across. So I hear you. Well, I tell you what, he looks pretty sweet. He looks pretty sweet. That would look pretty on a wall for sure. Looks like an older deer too. Um, it's pretty sweet. If you nail him, then I'll show those pictures. But I feel a little uneasy about sending them, showing them up here to everybody because maybe you just never know who's in here uh, watching. So I got to figure out how to get some YouTube viewers. And I need to sign up for all these other places so I can share my video to different places. That would be pretty cool. Yeah, and I'm hoping that we hit a few, get a nice one this week. John got a real nice 8 point last year. I wonder if John. I don't know if you can. I don't know if you can be able to share that or not with us. That one you killed last year. That was sweet. It'd take me a while, probably digging through my Facebook trying to find it. That was a Thanksgiving Day kill. So yeah, the first day is usually the best chance of getting one, but it don't always mean that you can't get one later on. And we did, and he did, and and you should have seen how excited he got. Yeah, You think he just won the heavyweight boxing championship of the world the way he was fist pumping. I mean, he had that Jersey thing going on, that fist pump. That was pretty cool. And killed him, stalking him. Okay, I'll see if I can find it in my Facebook one day this week and save it so I can show it. It was pretty sweet deer. Um, I seen it from about 200 yards away running across the power line, and I could see the rack on his head then. So, yeah, he about got away. That's for sure. He about got away. But, because I seen him cross the power line, I didn't realize he got back on the power line. So, um, that's why I was peeking down there around the old pond. That brush. That's a pretty cool deal. And Shyla killed her first deer last year. What's that say? Why don't you hunt some beat? More of a challenge. Do you mean a bear? I got my bear stamp. I know I have one up there. So, and I have hunt bear. Matter of fact, if that's what you're talking about is bear, um, we got two or three of them here in the chat that hunt bear. Matter of fact, I think they like the bear hunting more than they do the deer hunting. So, no, I do hunt them from time to time. Um, if I got one in the area where I deer hunt at, I always get a bear stamp. And but I have been on a bear hunt once in my blind, knowing he's gonna come through there, and he got on me real quick, and he had his nose against my ground blind, the mesh in the window, and he was right face to face with me. That was probably the craziest thing that I ever had ever went through in my life. And the odd deal was of the whole thing was I wasn't worried. I don't know why, but he caught me off guard. I was already packing up because he'd come through about an hour and a half later than he had been the whole week that I've been catching him on trail cam. And so he caught me. Beef would fill you free. um, there was a guy many years ago from Caldwell, and certain people on here know who he is, and his cousin. They were bow hunting in a place and shot a Charolais cow, killed a Charolais cow, and why they would do that in the first place that was. Um, I'm carrying a Ruger 308. That day that I was trying to get that bear, I had my muzzle loader. Um, and the game warden was called on them, and you ain't gonna believe this, but they told the game warden they thought it was a Charlotte, was a polar bear. I'm not kidding you. Um, Hold on a second. Somebody sent me a picture of John's deer, and I am will save the image, and I'm gonna try to bring it up here live on the chat. The one he killed last year on Thanksgiving Day. Let's see if I can bring him up here. Let's bring him up on an overlay here, because this was a beautiful deer for sure. Let's see if this will come out. All right, here's the deer that John killed last year on Thanksgiving Day. Right there. I mean, that was a pretty awesome buck um, that he killed. So that was a great day right there. Yep. So yeah, it was beautiful deer. I mean, like I said, I saw it from 200 yards away, and I can tell you that he was a very nice buck for this area. Um, in the mountains part of the area where we don't have farming, and a lot of the corn and things. That was for what we call a good mountain deer. That's very nice deer for this area for sure. Now you get on some of these nice farms where they're out there feeding with the cattle, eating silage and all that stuff, or in the corn and all that. They will grow, and that's for sure. They'll grow just like you see them on a managed deer farm in a lot of these hunting shows. Um, and so they can get quite huge in places, but out in these mountains, you get one like that is a sweet deer. And if you can get remote enough now in the mountains where deer's got to live a long time, they um, they will they will grow good size. Um, and Jeanette deer had some good genetics, so that that was pretty nice. About 4 years ago, I killed an 8 point myself, but it wasn't like that. It didn't have the genetics that deer did. Body wise, pretty close. Now he killed an old cow horn spike earlier that last year, I think it was, and it was old, and that thing was huge. Even Big John had trouble dragging that thing. So, but one more time, there's that pretty deer. It's really nice. But they come passing through during the rut, as I've talked about in past videos. The trail cam pictures you get in September and October, the bucks you see then are typically not the bucks that you may see during the rut, and it changes. I don't know how this background works. I was trying to change my background a little bit there. It didn't happen. Yeah, it does, William. That bow hunting, you need to. If you're using a regular compound bow, you've got to shoot and shoot and shoot. And we always got in at least 500 shots at a target before, and shooting different ways before we go in the woods to make sure we when we did aim down on one, we would and so you can have a humane shot, because I just don't agree with okay. Hold on a minute. Let me show you this. Let me say this picture of this big bodied deer that John killed with crossbow last year. I mean, this deer was heavy. Let me bring back up the chat here. And let's see. I believe that's it right there. So I can bring this one up. Killed this one with crossbow. That was a big old heavy deer, old deer right there. And I mean, that thing was fat. Um, I think John said that he's just looking, sitting there and just happened to look over, and there it stood. Um, I haven't shot compound, but I can definitely do some lessons. John do lessons. I mean, several of us on here is bow hunted. I've went to the crossbow when I've gotten a little older, but the compound is setting it up. Well, you got to make sure your compound bow is the right draw length for you, and there's ways of doing that. You can hold out your arms, and from your let me drop this picture. Um, from your index finger, and measure that and divide it by 2.5, and that will give you your draw length. So that's your start when getting a compound bow. And then you want to see what you don't need to shoot real high poundage. I shot 60 pounds and shoot right at 300 feet per second. And then you want to look at the chart, or have a guy at your local bow shop um, match you up with the right weight of arrow and grain of broadhead to match that bow. That way, when you release the bow and you shoot, you don't see your arrow going like at it first and then correcting itself. Now, there's a term for that, and I forgot what the term is, but you want that thing to come out of the bow good and flat all the way through the shot. And breathing, practicing your breathing, but that's where practice comes in. A good release, unless you're someone who's comfortable with fingertip shooting, but a good release, and then that's where that draw length comes in, because you want that to come back to the right spot on your cheek, where you're not having to, going back here and having to lean over to look down at your sights. I also recommend using a whisker biscuit for a rest, because it many times, if you got a normal rest and you pull back and that arrow is slipping off at rest, the whisker biscuit keeps it on there good. That takes away the fear of the arrow falling off. That old deer didn't have any teeth, he said. And yes, you can paper tune and a lot of that stuff. If you go to a nice bow shop and purchase your bow, when I bought John his first bow when he was younger, I bought it at Gander Mountain, and they did all that tuning for you in the beginning. Now David had to do a little bit of adjustment on that bow when they got it back. But how long have I been hunting? Ever since I was just a young kid, my dad would take me squirrel hunting when I was just young. And Dad was never much into to the deer hunting, but we did a lot of rabbit hunting and a lot of squirrel hunting. And then that got me to the love of hunting, the love of going in the woods. Taught me how to follow your game laws in the area and your bag limits. And then I've done a lot and lots of studying when it comes to the hunting. Um, for instance, why do we have bag limits? And it's based off the population of the deer in your area, according to the amount of mass and food in the woods. Too many deer, there's not enough to go around. They tend to get skinny and all that. Um, and sometimes you'll see deer with bones, their ribs showing, and that is a product of overpopulation. Now, how did they come up with it? How do they know about the population? There's actually game biologists in the Department of Natural Resources who spend their year, all year long, in the woods taking data, not only from trail cam photos, but actually being out there all day. And so that's why some counties show less bag limit totals than others. Like this part of the county I live in here, with the doe season, we're allowed to take 3 on this side of the county and 1 on the other part of the county, and that's on private land. I just looked up something because somebody brought some up to my attention about hunting on forest, national forest, the other day. So it's getting daylight, David. Probably enough around to shoot. Shooting light probably about 6:45. I guess it depends on how deep the holler you're in. If you're up on a ridge, um, it could be a little bit sooner, but that's what I'm guessing at now. And and where I'm set up at, it may be just a tad later because I've learned this too. You always want to set your stands up. If you're gonna hunt in the morning, you want to be facing the west. And you hunt in the evening, you want to be facing the east because if not, you go to that sun right in your face. And that hurt me one other time. Um, Bow hunting, I was staying, and the sun was so bright in my face that I didn't realize it had been raining that morning. I looked down, and there's a big doe right below my stand, and bow still hanging on the hook. I use a blind too, Landon. That's what I got set up this year. Me and John had to fix it in a way where it's usable because the bear, what looked like a bear, um, thinking that's what it was, saw claw marks and rips, tore that thing all to pieces, and it hadn't been in the woods a month set up. I mean, you want to get it in the woods and set up to where the deer get used to it. There's one actual type of blind that I'm thinking about getting me another one, and that's called a chair blind. A single man chair blind. It's carried on your back. It's like one of the folding chairs in a bag, but it's got a blind hooked to it. You open up the chair and you pull the blind over top of you, and it's got a window in the front, 2 little ones in the side. Um, it's a pretty neat little deal. I hear you, but but if you set them in there early, you do take a chance of a bear. I heard a funny story. I don't know why somebody thought this would work, but they put a blind up and left 2 bags of corn inside the blind. That don't work out, guys. Bear got all the corn, tore the blind up to get the corn. I mean, that wasn't too smart. I know this is a little off topic, but that right there is an OG wake bait, baby -1. I found it and I'm getting ready to send it off to be painted. I got so excited about that yesterday when I found that. Just a little break in action. Man's baby -1 wake bait. So pretty awesome. So it looks like 308, 270, and 30-06. What everybody's after using tomorrow. And that's part of it. My first deer rifle was a Marlin 30-30 lever action. And back in the day, I'm sure that's what a lot of it was. So pretty excited about that. Well, I'm getting my GoPro batteries charged up. I gotta get in there and figure out how to turn those beeps off in there, and to make sure they're off before in the morning too, because it feels like to me when you restart your GoPro, the beeps are back on. So gotta make sure that's not happening. And I'm going to somehow take this little tripod I got over here with it's got a phone holder on it, and I'm going to try to have one camera pointing out toward the woods from the blind, and one pointed at me to show me. Now, if I get frustrated at first trying to set that up, I may just put the GoPro on my head. I don't know yet. So, and do it that way, because I'm not going to mess up taking a chance if a nice one comes through with the camera. If I can learn the camera side of it and get some better content out there video wise, I think everybody will like that. I hear you, Landon. I don't blame you, because we're getting ready to shut this um, stream down, because I know everybody else is getting ready to go to bed. I just wanted to get in there and see if everybody was ready to go. Please be safe. I hear you about being energized. Please be safe. Please don't climb over a fence with a loaded gun. Try not to rack one into the chamber till you get to where you set, and always keep your gun on safety before you go to fire. We don't need any unusual accidents out there. I know that inevitably going to happen. But it'd be nice if we didn't hear about any hunting accidents this week. If you're hunting up in a tree, make sure, I hope you've done checked on your stand, and make sure everything's good, especially a homemade stand, especially a wooden stand. I found out the hard way one time going to climb a ladder made out of boards that's been there 3 or 4 years, and thank goodness that only the second one broke, and I didn't have far to fall. So, so if you had a homemade wooden stand up in a tree, I've hoped you've done some remodeling on it, because that can happen. So I see many old stands in the trees from many years ago, and I just wonder how old that was. So that or how long that's been there. But yeah, make sure everything. If you're going to a stand, I know a lot of you don't, but wear safety harness and belt and a vest, and please tether yourself to the tree. Use a lineman's belt, and or the rope thing they got now that you can hook to yourself, and you push it up in case you slip off the ladder or fall. It cinches itself. Um, it's best to do that. You could treated wood help, that's for sure. That even that after a while is going to rot. That that so I'm hoping to see some good photographs tomorrow, and put some meat in your freezer. I know it's awesome. I can't wait to try some different. Every year I want to try some different ways of cooking deer meat. And next Sunday, that could be a good topic for the live stream. What's everybody's recipes for deer? There's so many out there, but I like to hear y'all. So that's what we'll talk about next Sunday evening. Um, you may see me on a live stream uh, each night. Um, oh, I'd appreciate that, Landon. I'd love to see the pictures if you get one. That would, I mean, send me pictures of what you've seen. Um, but that's what we'll do next Sunday night. We'll talk about our deer recipes. I think that'll be a good wrap up to the first week. And good on the grill, that's for sure, Robert. Good on the grill. Um, we'll talk about that next week. I'll come prepared. Um, everybody has their neat little way of cooking deer meat, and it's nice to hear about new ways because man, it's some good eating. It's some good eating. And if I could fill all my tags, man, we're gonna have just a big old meal, big old dinner. We might have Thanksgiving twice. That would be awesome. And remember, next Saturday, West Virginia Mountaineers got a tough game, tough game with the Oklahoma Sooners. So we ain't never beat Oklahoma. If we can get past them, it might put us in the Big 12 championship game. But we still got Iowa State after that, and man, they're playing well. So, so everybody, get you a good night's rest. Get after it tomorrow. Be patient. It can be chilly there, Landon. It sure can. There's lots of ways to tenderize that, though. It makes a good roast in a crock pot. And then them backstraps, the tenderloin. And for all you ones out there that like liver, if the liver's not destroyed, man, deer liver's pretty good. I know some of y'all probably going, yuck, I don't eat that liver. Man, liver and onions. Whew. Tell them about Robert Schaefer. Tell them about my mom's liver and onions. That man sit there and eat all day on mom's liver and onions. Tell him, Robert. Especially when she makes it with the gravy. Man, that's one of the best meals. If you've got liver and onions going on, man, hard to keep me away. And it's good for you. Iron-rich food. It's good for you, for the ones who can take a lot of iron. All right, guys. Good luck in the morning. I may pop on live tomorrow night just to see what everybody's done. It depends on what's going on. If I may be processing, I got a slicer. I just don't have a grinder. I should have picked that one up I saw today at Royal King. Man, but I'll save all my clippings and freeze it out until I get me one. Because I got me a food saver. It's not a food saver brand. It's a Kasori. But you can get it for, thank you, Landon. Good luck. But you can get it for $59 on Amazon. And it has worked for me now for 2 years. Can't get your fill, that's for sure, Robert. And and I never can match my mom's recipe on the liver and onions. All right, we'll see y'all possibly sometimes. I may pop up a few times this week, but next Sunday, get all your recipes out. We'll see. And so everybody can. And I know Benji Earhart, if you're still on here, I know daggone well you got some recipes because you got some family traditions going on down there. I know there's a bunch of ways. So have your recipes ready for venison, and because I made a really nice deer burger stew last week. So all right, guys, I don't shut up. I hear you, Benji. If I don't shut up, I ain't gonna get off here and I ain't gonna get to bed. So, guys, good luck tomorrow, and hope to see a lot of good photographs. Good night, everybody. Good luck. Be safe, please.